What's up guys, I'm Ramon Sanchez and you're watching a top 5 tips series presented to you by Franchez Media. This series will consist of our top 5 tips in various types of subjects. Today's focus is on concert photography. Our very first tip is ask before you shoot. Before you even think about showing up to a venue to shoot, you should get in contact with the band or the venue. If it's a bigger band, you're probably going to want to contact the band's publicist. But if it's a smaller band, you can probably just contact one of the band members or the band's manager. Now, I like using social media as a tool to assist me with all this, at least with the pre-planning of it. So I would like to go onto the band's Facebook or the venue's Facebook and see who can I contact and who can I talk to about possibly shooting. Now, you got to make sure that you contact someone and see what is allowed at the venue and what isn't. The last thing you want to do is be that guy that pisses off everyone in the band and the crew, and it could affect your working relationship with them after. If you can find a publication to shoot for, that can make this process a little bit easier, because these blogs or websites are in charge of making sure that the band's photos and articles are seen. My next tip is to always be prepared. If you think that you have all the right equipment and gear, you should probably think again. You should make sure that you have proper equipment to get you through indoor and outdoor environments. I always like to bring a couple camera bodies with me because it helps minimize the amount of time between swapping lenses or gear. Now, if you don't have the luxury to have 2 camera bodies, what you can do is just make sure you have your lenses somewhere that's easily accessible, somewhere you can just, kind of take it off from your hip and just attach to your camera in the shortest amount of time. If you're outside and it rains, the show will still go on. So you got to make sure you have a camera poncho or a poncho for yourself. So basically you can protect your gear and yourself in that situation. You may get water on your lens. So you got to make sure that you have a cloth or something to wipe your lens as soon as possible, because every second that you're in the pit counts. Number 3 is pay attention to detail. When you're shooting, you got to make sure you pay complete attention to detail. When I first started shooting, I can't tell you how many times I messed up with taking a shot that I thought was perfect, but when I looked at it for post-editing or after the fact, I realized that I had a microphone in the way, or maybe I cut off an arm or cut off the piece of equipment. So you gotta make sure that you're paying complete attention to your viewfinder. When you're in the pit, do not take any second for granted. Every second counts when you're in there. So you gotta make sure that you're just not shooting to shoot. You gotta be there with a plan. Do not spend too much time in one spot. You gotta make sure that you're moving around and you're getting different type of shots, different type of angles, getting different band members and different parts of the show. Sometimes it can be a little bit overwhelming with everything that's going on. There's gonna be a lot of loud music, there's gonna be a lot of bright lights, a lot of people, and there's gonna be a lot of other photographers shooting. Now, with other photographers, what I say is try your best to be civil. Don't step over their shots. Make sure that you're not getting in their way, but make sure that they're not overstepping you either. You're there to do a job, and you gotta make sure that you do that job good. So you gotta make sure that other photographers don't step over you, but you gotta make sure to be civil at the same time. Number 5, send out your photos. You gotta remember, you're a brand. You gotta send these pictures out to the band via their email, social media, you name it. You gotta just make sure that that photo is out there, because if you share it to the band, you have a higher chance of the band sharing it and having a wider audience for your photography. Don't forget to give them your name so they can give you the proper credits and tag you. On your own account, tag the band, the venue, maybe even the band's publicist, and make sure that you're getting your work out there outside of your regular followers. On your own account, tag the band. Tag the venue and make sure that you're tagging everybody that is associated to the photo. So like that you can get more followers and reach a wider audience. In today's age, it's important to market yourself. You are a brand, like I said earlier. So you gotta make sure that you're getting your photos out there as soon as possible, and you're making sure that you're sharing as much as possible. And there you have it. Those are our top 5 tips on improving your content photography experience. Now, if you found that our tips helped you in any way, or if you have any tips for us, make sure to leave a comment in the comment section below and subscribe to our channel, Franchez Media.